Veterans, our hometown heroes. Tonight, their stories of bravery, sacrifice, courage, and patriotism. Local 5 proudly presents Salute to Veterans, honoring those who serve. The following special presentation is proudly presented by Procowal Funeral Home and Cremation, Murphy Concrete and Construction, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Now it's time to honor those who served our nation.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for Local 5 Salute to Veterans. I'm Michelle McCormack.
And I'm Tom Zalaski. Tonight, to celebrate Veterans Day, we want to share what's happening here in Northeast Wisconsin and all around the country to say thank you to the veterans who defend our freedom.
Parades and color guard salutes often mark the occasion across our country, including here in Northeast Wisconsin.
So before we get into all the stories of honoring our veterans, we would like to show you the salute of the Vietnam Veterans of America 224 Honor Guard at the Brown County Veterans Memorial.
Detail 10 hook. Color guard, post colors.
Detail forward, half set, hurt. Left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left. Detail, hold.
Rifle, detail, port, arms. Ready, fight! Ready! Detail, harder, arms.
Beautiful.
Echo Taps is what they're called. The Vietnam Veterans of America is the only national veterans organization congressionally chartered and exclusively dedicated to Vietnam-era veterans and their families.
Coming up next, a way to bring peace of mind to those who serve.
We will visit the Green Bay Veterans Garden next, so please stay with us. And welcome back to Local 5 Salute to Veterans. With us right now, a veteran who every other veteran really ought to get to know.
Joe Aulick, Director of Brown County Veterans Services. Joe, thank you for joining us and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Joe, different kinds of benefits. I mean, I know you deal with hundreds of them. Overall, what are some of the highlight benefits that you want to talk about?
Yeah, the highlight benefit we would want to talk about is the PACT Act that was signed in August of 2022. It was major legislation that changed the way the VA does business and looks at toxic exposure across the military. Initially, it was focused on the burn pits in Iraq and Afghanistan and the particulate matter that was floating in the air. But then we started to realize that it's toxic exposure across the military. So you could be an aircraft mechanic working with chemicals. You could be a lawn maintenance in the military, spraying chemicals. Yeah. And so the VA, if you have conditions that potentially are related to using chemicals in the military, not just Afghanistan, Iraq, or Agent Orange, right? That's Vietnam, right?
Yes.
The VA will do a exposure letter and determine if you've been exposed. And if they determine that, they'll bring you in for an exam and determine if that condition that you currently have is connected to that toxic exposure. You recently had a missile technician exposed to chemicals. TCE is one of them, and has cancer, and so the VA is looking into that right now for his claim.
How should a veteran reach out to you?
So the veterans obviously can call us at if this is obviously across the state, right? So it's 1-800-WIZ-CVSO, or they can call our office directly at 920-448-4450. And we'd be glad to help them. And if it's someone else that comes from another county, we can direct them to their county veteran service officer or their tribal veteran service officer. There's 11 tribal veteran service officers in the state of Wisconsin, too.
Excellent.
How many are you serving, Joe? And are you having to turn people away?
No, we don't turn anybody away.
You don't? Right.
No. So in Brown County, we have about 14,000 veterans. So at any one time, we're managing 700 claims in our office. We're a high-volume office. And other offices, if they're larger, are going to handle more claims. So we file on an average 6 claims a day out of our office. So we're very busy.
Yes.
So.
What does Veterans Day mean to you?
Veterans Day is the day that, hey, we can celebrate those who are with us, and
Yes.
it's a joyful time, a happy time. Like, hey, thanks for your service and appreciate what you've done. And we have, conversely, we have Memorial Day to remember those who we've lost, right? So Veterans Day is always kind of more of a, a joyful holiday, if I want to look at it that way, and just, thank those who served and sacrificed for our country.
Thank you so much, Joe Olick, for your service and for what you continue to do for our
you're welcome.
veterans. Happy
Yes.
Veterans Day.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Good seeing you again.
Good seeing you again.
All right. We are going to show you a hidden gem offering peace of mind to veterans, and it's not too far from downtown Green Bay.
As I found out, it takes a collective effort to help this garden grow. Tucked away and off the beaten path, not too far from Velp Avenue along the quiet residential Emmett Street, sits the Green Bay Veterans Garden, where the smell of flowers and the prospects of blossoming vegetables draw curious creatures and gardeners alike. The idea took root at the Vet Center along Ashland Avenue. It's part of the Veterans Administration, which locally came up with the idea to give veterans who come here for counseling another way to work through the lingering effects of the stress of service.
Kind of help people get into doing something different. It helps people kind of create a sense of purpose where they create and they get to keep what they create. It's always been fun to watch them grow as they help things grow.
The Brown County Community Gardens program helped find a perfect and peaceful spot.
It's really important to have these green spaces incorporated into the cityscape. It's quite close to the downtown district of Green Bay, so very accessible by the metro transportation. Also very accessible if folks can walk. If they're located around here, they can walk to the garden as well.
Then the Green Bay Packers Foundation threw in its support, and things only grew from there.
We ended up with a gazebo and a tiller and a shed and all kinds of other things, which other people, Howard Swamical Schools helped build some raised beds a couple of years ago. So we've continued to add and grow as where we started from, but it's always been a lot of fun and a part of what we do.
I'm here in the gazebo, grabbing some shade. If you close your eyes, the sounds of the city start to fade away, and nature takes over.
I did my time in California and in Iraq, and then when I was finished with my obligation, I came back home.
Air Force veteran Melissa Wass taught EMT skills to local nationals who guarded Iraqi pipelines. Now she's a gardening mentor.
Gardening does a lot of things for me. It helps ground me and connect me to the world around me. So as the season progresses, I get to see
what my work has done and what it's built. And also, I am a participant in the Brown County Seed Library. So these particular gardens with these flowers behind me are actually going to be going to seed, and I'll be collecting those seeds to go to the Brown County Seed Library.
It's sometimes self-sustaining in some way because the people that are involved in it are continuing to help it grow and become part of what it is. And then just really looking at it, every year we're trying to look at how do we expand it, what else do we do, and really just keeping it going and keeping it alive is the biggest thing.
Even veterans who don't garden come here to enjoy the space.
And we have more information on the Brown County Community Gardens program on our website at wearegreenbay.com.
And straight ahead on Local 5's Veterans Day special, meet the man behind the Isle of Valor.
Why he gives credit to the fellow veterans who volunteer alongside him next.
A Vietnam War veteran from the Fox Valley makes sure those who have sacrificed for our country are recognized by the community.
David Mix is a United States Army veteran who knows well the hardships of returning home from a controversial war.
I got drafted in '67 in December, right before Christmas, and I got back in '69.
Army Specialist David Mix spent his time in Bien Hoa, Vietnam, cooking for weary soldiers. He told me he knew his food, if properly prepared, was the closest connection they had to home.
It's not as bad as what it was if you were out in the war. I didn't have a lot of war stuff there, but in the mess hall that I cooked, I did see some things that I didn't want to see, you know, when they come back. Some guys don't come back the way they went over. And then, you know, you see some of them guys come back and they kind of tell you what's going on, and that you feel really bad for them. Because you're thinking, well, what can I make for these guys, you know, out of the stuff that we get to make them feel good? You know, I might have been in one of the safest places back there, but you don't know what's going to happen. I was just lucky, I guess.
Mix recalls the sting of coming back home to an American society that was hostile towards the soldier who didn't make the decision to go to war, but was blamed anyway.
When we came back, you came back like 2 people, 3 people, 5 people. You didn't come back like they come back now on a whole plane load, you know. And you went into the airport, and if somebody didn't like you, you know, they'd let you know, you know. And it's not a good thing to hear, and it's not the right thing to do to cause trouble with them either. So you got to kind of just block it off and hope the hell you get home. And when you get home, everything changes.
His job in the paper mill helped him focus away from the torment of war, and over time he became instrumental in serving veterans on the home front, most notably as commander of VFW Post 2126 in Menasha, which, along with the city and the Historical Society, maintains the Isle of Valor.
This post is not my post. This post is run by everybody. We're in this together. And I don't go out there and say, I did this or I did that. It's all we did it. And that's the only way you're going to make anything run.
But Mix's insight has been vital, especially when across the street, this star was discovered in the ground.
And it was put in the ground, and nobody knew it was even there because it was covered up by a big pine tree.
He had the wherewithal to know the Eastern Star tribute should remain where it was originally planted, in memory of the former Boy Scouts who died in World War II.
That's the other guy.
He knows each and every story of the names that are part of the Isle of Valor, including the 2 Congressional Medal of Honor recipients. First Sergeant Elmer Burr from World War II and Staff Sergeant Kenneth Stumpf from the Vietnam War. Pueblo, Colorado is the only other community to have 2 recipients.
The only Vietnam veteran unaccounted for in Winnebago County.
Patriotic singer Joseph Scala of Fox Crossing has seen the countless hours Mix puts in for commemorations and parades, and says the fact that he doesn't want credit is why he nominated him as a hometown hero.
There's a lot of coordination, and, you know, obviously that's a big part of Dave's life, and also the other folks involved with those organizations. I mean, in putting them together, he definitely conveys strength, passion, love of country. I mean, I think I've been fortunate to be just a few feet from him when he's talking at these things, but I mean, that totally comes across, his care for veterans and his commitment to the organization. It's an amazing thing to be close to and be able to see firsthand.
As commander, Mix makes sure someone is at the Menasha post every morning from 8 until noon. So if a veteran walks in and needs help, it's waiting for them.
And still to come on tonight's Veterans Day special, Hides for Heroes and Wounded Warriors in Action.
Plus, the moving message of a World War II POW who made it back to Wapaka and recently celebrated his 100th birthday.
Army veteran James Gillis of Wapaka was a prisoner of war.
And through the experience has learned to count his blessings.
How many battles you fought or what you did, not important as much as friends and family.
The humility of Army veteran James Gillis belies the courage it took for him to survive the legendary Battle of the Bulge during World War II. He was a battery clerk with the 590th Field Artillery Battalion, 106th Division. Wounded by shrapnel in the back and leg, he fought until he ran out of ammunition and was a prisoner in Germany for several months.
I spent time in boxcars. I spent time walking with a brace on my right foot, and I spent time seeing my friends being killed.
Gillis often goes silent when recalling those dark days, the torture, the threats. He was just 98 pounds when liberated, having learned a valuable lesson that he'll share with anybody who asks him.
I guess to live each day, regardless of what's happening. I think that's the most important thing you can do. Be honest with yourself and your friends. That's important to me.
Jim and the love of his life, Elaine, had 73 years of marriage before her passing a couple of years ago. They raised 3 children, 6 grandchildren, and 11 great-grandchildren. Many of them gathered this summer to celebrate his 100th birthday.
Cousins that have traveled from California, from Florida to North Carolina, to Pennsylvania, did I get them all? And family from Illinois and Minnesota, and extended family, as well as neighbors and friends. And it's just friends that have known my father for decades.
Family is the only thing for me. Not the only thing, but the most important thing. Always has been, always will be.
100. Wow. All right, joining us now, an organization from Wapaka, Hal Collins from Hides for Heroes, and also Matt Tennyson from Wounded Warriors in Action. Guys, thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
How did this connection between Veterans Outreach and just being in the great outdoors come about?
So Dave Hentz, the founder of Hides for Heroes, he started collecting hides way back when his kids were in school to raise money for, the school programs. Well, when that ran up, he said, well, now what do I do? I want to keep doing it.
Right.
His father was in the military service, so he said, well, he wanted to find an organization.
Organization, we know what you mean. You're doing great. I know it's not like being in the service, right? Being on TV.
So he hooked up with Wounded Warriors in Action, and the rest is history. We're going on our 14th year.
Wow.
The last 5 years has been absolutely tremendous. With the amount of hides that we've collected, from when he started, it was like 20 hides to last year we collected 5,600, and Dave is always pushing to hope to break more. So we're hoping for another record year this year. Our hunters continue to support us and our communities continue to support us. It's just an excellent excellent program.
Matt, Wounded Warriors, national organization. What sort of events do you have that you provide to people with the Purple Heart?
Well, the state of Wisconsin's a special place for Wounded Warriors in Action. In the Phillips area, they have Camp Hackett, and it's a facility where veterans can go in the fall and other times during the year for fishing events, hunting events, and it's a great place because it gives you the opportunity to be outdoors, and the best part about it is you have that camaraderie with fellow Purple Heart veterans, and you're able to have a couple beers, sit by the campfire, but then get some deer stand time in, and it's just a real healing opportunity that we get that really is accelerated by the camaraderie in the outdoors.
How do people get involved? With either group, with both groups? How does it work?
So how they get involved with Hides for Heroes, we get people reaching out to us on Facebook saying, hey, what can we do? The biggest thing that we need, especially during this time, is people want to help collect hides or donate hides. We get people that want to help collect and then help salt. That's the biggest thing, because with the warmer temperatures, you only got a couple days once the hide is off of the deer before you got to get salt on it, otherwise it's ruined. The biggest thing is they'll reach out to us on Messenger, say, hey, what can we do to help? And then we get them going.
Yeah, so through your Facebook page?
Through our Facebook page,
All
yeah.
right.
And are you looking for volunteers?
We're always looking for volunteers, yep, absolutely. It is a lot of work to take care of hides and salt them and get them loaded up on the truck, so we're always looking for people that are willing to do that.
Matt, before we went on the air, you said this service that you provide is a pill. Tell me that.
So, we're prescribed a lot of medication from the medical providers, and something that I've found over the years that hasn't been able to touch any pill that's been prescribed is the outdoors. It's a pill that the VA or no medical provider, you can't provide that. But that healing is just, it's second to none. And I just can't say enough about the opportunity to be involved with the organization and find that healing that I needed after the Afghanistan deployment.
Matt, Hal, thanks so much for being with us. Much appreciated.
And thank you for what you do for veterans.
You're welcome.
All right. Still to come here on the Local 5, Salute to Veterans Special. The traveling Vietnam Wall Memorial recently stopped in Oshkosh.
And the brave former Lieutenant Colonel from Appleton fighting a new battle with ALS. Stay with us. A retired lieutenant colonel from Appleton who served during Desert Storm is facing a new battle with the deadly disease ALS.
But instead of only thinking of himself, he's thinking of other families who are in the same fight. And we hope you will listen carefully, as it takes great effort and bravery for him to speak.
My dad was in the Marine Corps. My uncle was in the Army.
Military service just runs in his family. And when Appleton's Andy Weicker joined the Army, he hoped for captain. Well, nearly 30 years of both active duty and the reserves, he retired a lieutenant colonel. He was part of the critical battle that ultimately resulted in the demise of Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein.
I was a chemical officer in a tank battalion. So was the 2nd Brigade, 1st Armored Division. We were really lucky. We had nobody get killed. We found out after we got back that we were in the biggest tank battle of the whole war.
But 2 years ago, Andy faced arguably the toughest fight of his life.
Both of us, our careers were booming and we were doing great and excited to have a new grandbaby, and he started tripping and falling the year of 2022, and he had some back surgery, so we were wondering if that had something to do with it. But he continued to progress, and his trips and falls became more and more serious. He had a pretty bad fall at a Brewer game one time.
Doctors determined Andy had ALS, which robbed him of his mobility and makes it very difficult to speak. You're on a new mission now, though.
Yeah.
Because the military determined Andy's ALS was 100% service-related, his benefits helped the family greatly in securing the kind of care that allowed Andy to still enjoy his children and grandchildren and take part in the many joys of life. The couple, however, was horrified to learn about other families going broke and isolating because they had no such support.
Just trying to raise awareness.
Andy and his wife explained to me that part of his physical battle is how emotions can often take over in ways he never experienced before his diagnosis.
And trying to raise money for research.
Local 5's Ryan Kudish helped with dunk tank honors as Andy and his wife raised money for the ALS Association at a recent fundraiser at the Champion Center in Grand Chute. They say businesses, friends, and complete strangers all pitched in with raffle items and entertainment that also included free skating.
But that's only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to icing ALS.
So he is also participating in a trial at the Medical College of Wisconsin. They save his tissues, his blood samples and things like that, even after he's passed, to do future research on.
For the guy who exceeded his own expectations when it came to service for his country, faith and a sense of humor convinces him the sky's the limit in service to defeat a deserving enemy. ALS.
He wants to help others. He's always been a big-hearted guy. He's a big man with a big heart.
Just try to help the next generation.
It's just riveting. What courage. Oh, my goodness.
Dedicated to our country, still.
Yeah. Unreal. All right. It is never too late to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice fighting for our country.
And Local 5's Paul Stino joins us now with the memorial that's doing just that. Paul?
Tom, Michelle, I visited the Traveling Vietnam Wall when it was in Oshkosh just over a month ago, and veterans I talked to there said it's helping them heal. Among the over 58,000 names on the Traveling Vietnam War Memorial Wall, there's one in particular that brothers Russell Clark and Larry Beck are looking for.
Well, Bob and I we used to go hunting and everything all the time. We did everything together.
Russell and Larry's brother, Robert Beck, who went by Bob, was killed in 1968 in the Vietnam War. The brothers say no matter how many times they visit a Vietnam War memorial wall, it's always emotional seeing their brother's name.
But it's hard to see his name on there. I have all of his stuff. I still carry all of his stuff, his uniform and everything.
It makes you feel proud. A little hurtful, but very proud. I believe it's a healing process, and it helps.
A Vietnam War-era helicopter, police officers, and motorcyclists escorted the traveling wall to Oshkosh, a solemn ceremony honoring those who never returned from Vietnam. A chance for Vietnam War veterans to honor and remember the sacrifices of their brothers and sisters in arms.
Well, I lost a number of squadron members there. I think it's about 8 in my squadron, which is HMM 364. It burns deep. You remember stuff it's been 55 years.
It's important for people to see it and remember their stories.
And for people like Larry and Russell to keep the memory alive of their actual brother, a brave man lost too soon.
This means a lot to me, to come to the wall.
The memorial wall stands 8 feet tall, 360 feet long, and has 58,300 names inscribed into it. Tom and Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Paul. Well, coming up after the break, we talk to the people building a home for veterans in need.
Also, how the Packers show their appreciation of our military. Please stay with us.
Welcome back to Local 5 Salute to Veterans, honoring those who served special. Joining us now, Kim and Gail Knorr of Veterans First of Northeast Wisconsin. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks both of you. The mission, tell us about your mission.
Basically, the mission is the veterans are experiencing housing insecurity, and we just wanted to address that problem. And our solution is basically a tiny homes veteran village of tiny homes. And we're trying to put in a community center, and so we can have wraparound services for the veterans, and then find out what their next need is going to be, whether that be jobs, resumes, counseling, AODA issues, that type of thing.
And Gail, you really believe in this program.
Yes.
Tell me about that and why you got involved.
So I was a hospital corpsman in the Navy, taking care of Vietnam vets at a very young age, and I never want to stop taking care of veterans and helping them. I worked for many years at the County Veteran Service Office, taking phone calls of veterans every day who were in need of housing and services. And Kim retired as a carpenter home builder, and we just decided that we were going to make a difference. And I decided to go back to school to get my substance abuse counselor license, so if any of them struggle with that, I can help them with that. I'm also working at the Jackie Nitschke Center to get my degree.
And since you brought it up, this is not just veterans who struggle because of substance abuse issues who need housing. These are veterans who have a job, but the rent keeps going up, correct?
That's part of it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right. So there are many different veterans who want to utilize the village.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone's going to be different. Every need is going to be different.
And so how many are you serving?
We'll be serving 25 when everything is built. We'll have room for 25 veterans.
For every 2 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Then after the 5 years, hopefully they'll have enough money saved up to get a VA home loan and get a home of their own, or find an apartment outside of the village so we can help the next 25.
Wonderful. And you did recently receive approval for this affordable cottage court village in northeastern Green Bay, and you chose the selection because the specific location?
It's near the VA clinic, and a lot of them will have services at the VA clinic plus rental assistance.
So beside the VA services, you're providing services. Do you need volunteers to provide those services?
Yeah, volunteers are so important to this whole mission, and this community has just been amazing how they've stepped forward on this. The minute we started realizing what our issues were going to be, we started contacting the construction trades. They all jumped on board. Corporations in this area are amazing. The donors, everything has just been fantastic. And that's one thing I hope comes out of this, is that the veterans can see how much this community appreciates them, supports them, and respects them. If I can just get that as a side note for the veterans, I think that's going to be amazing. I think sometimes they're underappreciated or feel underappreciated.
Well, you certainly are building a village.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sure. Kim, Gail Knorr, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciated. Bless your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, the Packers add red, white, and blue to their green and gold this time of year.
Local 5's Timothy Leteau shows us how the team's appreciation for service to country stretches well beyond the confines of the football field.
The Green Bay Packers might reside at Lambeau Field, but the storied football team proves that it's also the home of the brave. Every fall for the last 7 years, the Packers have been celebrating veterans with different Salute to Service events. It all began with the flag football tournament, featuring a team representing each branch of the military.
It's a competition, but it's also a big camaraderie event where, different branches are able to get together and, swap stories and compete on the field, but also, there's that brother and sisterhood of being in the military together, and they all have that in common, which, obviously not everybody does. So it's great for us to be able to show our appreciation for, their service and their sacrifice.
Now, the week has expanded into more events for veterans of all abilities in all places, including at Woodside Senior Communities, where the team and all-star volunteers put together care packages for veteran residents.
This is just a very small way for us to show our appreciation and honor those who have served for us, who have given us that freedom. We are very excited and honored to host the variety of different members and to be in the different spaces to show our gratitude.
Gratitude is on full display on the field too, where the most meaningful hardware isn't the trophies, but these medals. Here, service members were decorated with the Order of St. Maurice, awarded for significant contributions to the infantry. And the Packers teamed up with Milwaukee comrades, the Bucks and Brewers, in sponsoring the Stars and Stripes Flight of Champions Honor Flight, bringing 3 plane loads of local veterans to Washington, D.C., as 170 Korean and Vietnam War veterans took an all-expenses-paid trip to the memorials built in their honor.
So many of them, this is like a cathartic thing for them. You see the relief off their face of seeing all of their friends and family welcoming them home. It's a really big crowd today, so hopefully they'll feel what it means to be a hero.
But the Packers leave no soldier forgotten, no sacrifice unappreciated, as they hosted families of the fallen for lunch and tour at Lambeau Field. The somber day was made brighter as players made surprise appearances during wooden flag painting.
I feel that I've taken, the loss of what happened was very, very impactful, but turned it into something very, very good. And I hope to instill the same values that, who my brother was and carry on in my own personal life and instill it in my children as they grow.
So at the holy grail of football, Lambeau Field isn't just a place for the green and gold hues. It also holds plenty of room and gratitude for the red, white, and blue. In Green Bay, Timothy Latow, Local 5 News.
And the Packers nominated defensive lineman Lucas Van Ness, their Salute to Service ambassador this year, for the NFL's Community Service Award.
And former Packers running back Aaron Jones was a finalist for that award last year.
Straight ahead on Local 5's Salute to Veterans special, Dogs to Dog Tags.
We're going to bring in the people training dogs to give to veterans who are battling post-combat stress and anxiety. That's next.
Welcome back to Local 5's Veterans Day special. Joining us right now, is Tori Willitson of Dogs to Dog Tags. Tori, thank you for coming here.
Thanks for having me.
Dogs to Dog Tags.
I'm intrigued.
Explain, what's that about?
So, in a really quick manner, we get rescue dogs or donated dogs, and we train them and we give them to military veterans for post-traumatic stress. We train them, we then give them to the veteran, and we train the veteran with the dog, and it's helping in suicide prevention.
How wonderful. And I know that you helped with the Marines and the Army in training their bomb dogs. But how did the idea of this group come about?
So when I was in Afghanistan, I got very close with my dog handlers, and we were in Sangin, and one of my handlers was on a patrol without his dog. It was at night, and he was in a daisy chain IED. He lost both of his legs. One of his brothers lost both of his legs, and there was a couple of casualties of death. So the first thing he did when he woke up was ask for his dog. And by that time, I had seen the effect that the dogs had, the bonds that were created with the guys, and just kind of what it did for morale in downtime. So I wanted to do something to help them when we got home, because this, the suicide rate grew immensely, and I was a civilian contractor, and they were responsible for keeping me alive, and I just wanted to pay it back.
You've expanded. How has community support helped your organization?
Community support has been great. It's building every year. The community support we get from, not just corporations, the civilian population, the VFWs, the Legion Halls, the Legion Riders, Combat Veteran Motorcycle Associations. Yes. If I miss anybody, there's been so many. Even the local motorcycle clubs, Sheboygan County Motorcycle Club, they donate. There's just so much generosity in this state and in my county. We're overwhelmed, and it gave us the opportunity to build our complex.
Yeah, so you are expanding.
We have. We have expanded.
Do you need more dogs or more veterans for that matter, or?
So, the goal is to build a relationship with as many rescues out there, get them involved with what we're doing,
and get the dogs from the rescues and help the rescues out. You know, let them provide the dogs for us. So they're adopting it out. We're paying the adoption fees. We're giving them some exposure, and then it's going to a great cause. You know, then they get to follow the veteran and the dog through the life, and we're hoping that, you know, we can build some great long-term relationships with some, you know, local rescues to do a really good thing.
I think they've got the right guy for the
I
job.
hope so.
Tori of Dogs to Dog Tags, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tori, very much.
All right, and still to come here tonight, we'll tell you about a Desert Storm veteran who's going back to his roots.
How he's serving in a new mission of responsible farming. That's next. A Desert Storm veteran from Kewaunee County returned to his farming roots after feeling deeply impacted by the struggles and loss associated with service.
Now Richard Slice is on a new mission to provide the very best meat in a farming process that is good to the land and healthier for humans.
I always wanted to raise our family in the country and teach them about nature and teach them about agriculture and farming with nature, and then it just kind of evolved from there.
Desert Storm veteran Richard Schleiss applies the same get-the-job-done mentality from the military to operating a 185-acre farm along Town Hall Road in Kewaunee County. The name harkens back to when he first planted roots here, and the red garage also served as living quarters, or a garage house, or grouse for short.
My father served in World War II. I had a brother in Vietnam, and I always wanted to serve my country, always give back to the community.
The Army combat engineer served in Central America and the Middle East. After 2 tours, he changed his mind about making it a career and came back home to farm. Specifically, regenerative farming, which puts the environment first, and adaptive grazing practices that benefit water quality, back the way it used to be.
Farming 300 years ago without any chemicals, pesticides, no herbicides. How I'm farming is animals and the environment and nature all work together. You know, you have the cattle that are eating the grass, putting their dung and urine back on the land, and then you have all the bugs and the microorganisms feeding those same plants that the cattle are eating. What are you looking for? Are you looking for some ribeye steaks or some New York sirloin?
Red Grouse Farms operates a retail meat shop on the property. It's open to anyone. You can arrange through his Facebook page a pickup. Although he did share with me that he has a growing clientele of cancer patients and others who are immunocompromised.
That have some type of health issue that want nutrient-dense, healthy food.
What's so impressive is that Richard manages this farm on his own.
His pride in country and love of country living now come full circle.
I'm a grazing ambassador for Grassworks, so...
He travels throughout the state sharing what he knows, but he seems truly in his element when out among the cattle.
Just like a giant golden retriever.
Or in the fields.
You can hear all that life, all them different crickets and frogs and birds over here. But if this was all just farmed, hay or corn, you aren't going to hear all that.
His sprawling property is full of edible forage or plant materials and includes creating bird and other animal habitats.
If you're moving the cattle enough, you're leaving enough residue or enough cover, you're creating habitat for songbirds.
He says his time in the desert grew his appreciation of Wisconsin and how nature can help the service-weary soldier find peace of mind.
All the experts tell you to get out if you're having problems, that you should get out and you can come out here and take a deep breath.
It's so nice out there, and he credits assistance programs through the Natural Resources Conservation Service. And be sure to check out some beautiful fall colors on the farm's Facebook page.
And coming up next, our general manager here at TV5, who's also a Navy vet, will join us.
So please stay with us.
Welcome back to Local 5 Salute to Veterans Special. As we wrap up our special, we are bringing in the boss here at Local 5, our General Manager, Judd Beck. Judd, thanks so much for being here.
Well, it's an honor. Thank you.
And we thank you for your service. A Navy veteran, tell us, how many years, where were you stationed?
Well, I was in the military for about 8 years. I had initially signed up for 6. I added an additional 2 to get about a $1,500 signing bonus, or bonus, I think. And that actually ended up getting me into the Persian Gulf War. So I got deployed as a result of that additional 2 years.
Yeah.
I got deployed to the Middle East.
Wow, thank you so
that was
much.
a very interesting assignment.
What was your area of expertise?
I was what was called a signalman. So I was enlisted. I was a 3rd class signalman. And signalmen are in charge of the visual watch of the ship and visual communication. So flashing light, semaphore, flag hoist. And it was a great rate. It was a salty, good old-fashioned rate. I loved it. Unfortunately, it's no longer around. They eliminated that rate because they've got somewhat more modern methods of communication now.
Sure.
Yeah.
And your military experience really came full circle with the recent graduation of your son from the Naval Academy.
Well, not the Naval
Congratulations.
Academy.
Or from the
Officers Candidate School.
Officers Candidate
Yeah, Officers
School.
Candidate
All
School.
right.
And so, yeah, I'm really proud of Bill, and he sort of did it on his own.
Wow.
I asked him early when he was heading off to college, he's like, you ever think about ROTC? He's like, I don't think that's for me. I'm like, okay. And about 2 years into it, he really got interested. A number of his friends were involved, and he noticed how reliable they were and how he could depend on them to do things that they planned to do where a lot of his other friends flaked out, sort of. And he's like, I sort of like that. I'm like, well, that's a military bearing, Bill. You ought to check it out. And sure enough, he did it. And he is going to be going to nuclear propulsion school in February. And that'll take about a year, and then he'll be off to the fleet on submarines.
And he made sure that you were the first person he saluted.
That's right. His graduation, which was in Newport, Rhode Island, was back in September, and he honored me with that. And so I was able to give him his first salute. And that was a big deal, and Dad got a little bit choked up at that one, as you might imagine.
Barely held it together, but you did.
Yeah, I did, for
Judd,
his sake.
We have a feature here on Channel 5, Hometown Heroes, longest running veterans story series in television here in Green Bay. Why the commitment to this series in Green Bay and on Channel 5?
Well, I mean, I think service to country, of course, you know, I've only been here for about 3 years, but it's been going on for much longer than I've been here. And for great reason, because service to country, I think, is one of the most important services any individual can offer. It's something that is deeply embedded in my family, from my father, who was a combat air crewman on heavy bombers in the Pacific in World War II, both my brothers, obviously now my son, myself. It's part of our family. It's a thing that we naturally think to do, and I'm somewhat surprised at events where they ask everybody to stand up who was a veteran, and I'll look around the room, and in a big room there won't be a whole bunch of us standing up. It's a small group. So I think dedication, service above self, I think those things are really important. So does this TV station, and that's why I think it's a terrific thing for us to honor and to continue to do forever.
Judd Beck, General Manager, Channel 5, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thanks for your service. And we
thank
want
your
to thank
son, too.
I will.
Thank him.
I will.
And thank all of you for joining us for Local 5's special salute to veterans, honoring those who served.
The best way to show appreciation to our military is to see and hear them, and we can all be proud to say we have done so here with this program. To our military families, thank you for your service. And to our viewers, thank you for your support. Happy Veterans Day.
Local 5 was proud to bring you Salute to Veterans, honoring those who served. This special presentation was proudly presented by Procowal Funeral Home and Cremation, Murphy Concrete and Construction, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Thank you for watching.